it turns out that Sydney has a secret half-brother she's never even known about, and he's been behind it the entire time. His motivation is, again, like family and revenge, right? My interpretation on all of this, I don't know what Wes Craven's intention was with this, but my interpretation is that it's all a joke, that it's not supposed to be a mystery. You're not supposed to figure it out. It's not supposed to mean anything. It's supposed to be a joke about like villain motivations. I think it's making fun of the idea of the villain motivation, where we expect it to be something coherent and profound and personal, and in the end it isn't. Like it's interchangeable, it's disposable. And even the family motivations are basically like parodies of that. Like Hollywood generally is really in love with the family connection, right? And you might say that's because that's a town that runs on nepotism or whatever, and so it feels natural to anybody who's part of that. But like we see this over and over again in movies where people think who your parents are or who you're connected to is the most important, like defines you and is the most important thing about you. The worst of this was in the Star Wars sequels, right? Where we do this like 3 or 4 times where we change who the protagonist is related to, and it's supposed to be profound and meaningful each time, and it doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
But like without relitigating those movies again, it's like it's like Hollywood just thinks this way, right? They think that who you're related to and who you're connected to defines you, and I think that makes sense if you're in that business and in that environment. But I think this movie is kind of making fun of that, because there is no meaning associated with Roman being Sydney's half-brother. Right?
I feel like you're being too nice. I feel like that opinion there, you're being too nice in the film, because I honestly believe that it was just what you just said in terms of who they're related to is so profound. It's like a profound moment or a shock value type of moment. Because even when that happened, I'm not against stuff like that. I actually do like the whole, being related to someone and how it could be a profound moment or shock, shock value moment. I actually do like stuff like that. However, this one didn't make sense. And the reason why it didn't make sense is because they hardly had any encounters. It's hard to be emotionally invested in Ghostface when you don't know who he is until the end. However, when I found out who he was at the end, it was like, I was like, okay, so like my emotional investment just went all the way down when it comes to Ghostface, and when it comes to the whole revelation, because I was like, this is pretty, like, where were you, number one? And I don't even think they even had him. Like, I think one encounter was when she saw him in the director's office or the CEO or producer or something like that, where she passed him. So I think that's probably one time. I don't know if they just had one encounter, maybe they had other encounters, but I didn't realize. So I didn't understand. So I honestly don't think it was a thing where he was, I don't know, I could be wrong. That's why I say I feel like you're just, I'm saying, you're stretching your hand and trying to pick up the movie, because I just find it so hard to believe that this guy, because if it is true that he's doing what you said he's doing, then he's some sort of filmmaking genius or god. But I don't believe so. I think this guy just, he's not even just messed up. I wouldn't even say it's lazy writing. He just thought, okay.
I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's satire. I think it's taking this idea that keeps cropping up in movies and showing just how stupid it is by doing it in such an extreme way and pretending that it's the most profound thing ever.
But you'd give hints, though. I don't think there was hints of that in this film.
That's the point, that it just comes out of nowhere. And it's not just the family connection, it's also this villain you've never even met or heard of appears in the last 15 minutes of the movie, and he was behind everything that's happened in this trilogy, right? Which also is like something that bad Hollywood movies will do, right? Where they will have this reveal that doesn't make any sense in hindsight, but it's supposed to feel profound in the moment. You're supposed to say, oh, there's this big twist, I didn't see that coming, as if that's good.